Hello. It looks like England has shot herself in the foot yet again. It wouldn't be the first time that she has done that. Ever since the referendum, Theresa May has made so many mistakes. First of all, she claimed that Donald Trump, for being a racist, was not welcome in Britain. As soon as he became a president, she retracted her statement and she ran over to America to give him a blowjob. There is no honor in politics, no honor whatsoever. The main purpose of Brexit was to keep out foreigners. The British did not want any foreigners coming over. That was the main thrust of Brexit. Of course, you have the lunatic fringes who claim it's to do with posterity, it's to do with the dividing of Europe and provinces, etc. But evidence seemed to suggest that that was immaterial. However, now Brexit has been processed and gone through, meaning there's no turning back. However, during the 1950s, my parents were encouraged to come to Britain because there was plenty of work and the NHS was stripped of any human beings. There was nobody around, only a sprinkle of nurses and doctors. And my parents were encouraged to come over and work in the NHS and work on the trains and the public transport to help build Britain up from the ravishing of the Second World War. History seemed to be repeating itself. 900 carers are leaving the NHS every day. 900 carers. Can you imagine 900? That's 7,000. Under 7,000 a week are leaving the care profession. They can't handle it. There's not enough people, enough manhandling to cater for a population that is growing older and living obviously longer. What's the solution? The government says we're going to pump 2.2 billion. 2 billion. No. They don't want 2 billion. They want human beings. They don't want paper money. Paper money's not going to do anything. People are walking out. They need people to walk in. Notice the government did not use the term we're going to attract people, because using the term attract people means going abroad, which defeats the objective. You kicked out the foreigners, or you're stopping the foreigners from coming over. So you can't use that same rhetoric, bring people over. So they try to hide their hand by saying we're going to invest 2 billion. No, that is not the answer. They need people. 2 billion is not going to spoon feed somebody who's ill. 2 billion is not going to change somebody's bed. 2 billion is not going to change somebody's bed sheet. No, human beings do that. So the government obviously trying to hide the fact that they require more immigrants. So Brexit was for no reason. They kicked themselves at the common market, kicked themselves out of the EU trading for no reason. This is what happens when people are gullible. This is what happens when people got too much hate in them that they refuse to see the difference between the wood and the trees. They were so full of hate. They didn't even realize that throughout history, migration was how people traded. Nobody stayed in their own country. People always traded and traveled. That's a part of human life. But the British being not all there, they thought we'd have a referendum, give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. And it's interesting because I actually predicted last year, before the referendum even came out, I said I guarantee that this will not stop immigrants from coming over. Why? Britain needs immigrants. They need immigrant labour, or the NHS is finished. Oh, £350 million will be saved in the NHS if we stop immigrants coming over. 3/4 of the NHS staff are immigrants. Three quarters are immigrants. This is what happens when you leave it to people who are irrational. This is what happens when you let hate do the thinking for you. No good comes from hate. A good tree can't produce evil fruit, and an evil tree can't produce good fruit. If your heart is evil, you will never produce any good. If your heart is evil, you'll never produce any good. And as a result, England now is in a deeper mess. 900 carers, 900, and walking out. Can't take the pressure. I know someone who works in the nursing profession, and she said to me that there'd be 3 of them on the ward, 3 of them looking after 30 patients. Can you imagine? So you got one staff for looking after 10, bathing them, feeding them, attending they need. That's tiring. That's why 900 are walking out in protest, and the government saying we'll give you 2 billion. We'll give you 2 billion. That's our solution. No. What the government really saying? Let's decode that. They're gonna bring over more immigrants, but shh, we can't tell you, because by doing that, it makes Brexit not make any sense. We can't give you Brexit, yet in secret bringing over immigrants. There'll be an outcry. Look, write this down. On the 11th of April, write it down. Please, write it down. I promise you, thousands upon thousands of immigrants will still come to the UK, but they'll change the word. They'll call them working immigrants. Working immigrants, meaning nothing has really changed. Britain needs immigrants. They can't help it. American has a hard working culture. Britain do not. Look, this is not my words. These are white people telling me this. This is not my words. The English are lazy. You see, we have a welfare state here. A welfare state where they give you money. What's in your fat ass? You know, in England, you got fat people, really fat. You know, look, 400 pounds, really big, and they're disabled because they're fat. Too many cheeseburgers, and you know something? The government pay them to be fat. In England, if you're alcoholic, you get paid for being alcoholic. No countries on earth pay people for being alcoholic. They call it being sick. America don't do it. No, France don't do it. Only England. You wonder why she's screwed up? England is screwed up. There's no country on earth. If you're boozy alcoholic, they call it being ill, and they pay you £2,000 a month for being alcoholic. Or you're too fat, eat too much cheeseburger, and you're using a disabled scooter. You get paid for that. The English are a lazy people. No wonder my parents were told to come over in the 1950s. There's no country on earth lazier than the English. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Don't attack me. There's documentaries after documentaries where companies will tell you they don't want to employ English, whether white English or whether black English or whether Indian English. There's something about English culture that make them lazy. I didn't say it. Look at the research. Don't quote me. Look at the research. English lazy culture. The English don't want to work. Look it up. The Americans will do 2 jobs. 2 jobs. England, forget it. They work 2 hours, they can't take any more. That's why my parents were brought over in the 1950s. 900 workers, 900 carers are leaving the NHS every day. This is what the media won't show you. Because logic, if you're a thinker, if 900 people are leaving the NHS, it means nobody wants to work in it. So what's the solution? Go abroad and bring over the immigrants, which defeats the objective of Brexit. Anything the politicians tell you are lies. This is what happens when you rely on Brexit hate. Rely on the politicians telling you they're going to create you a utopian world where everything's nice and cozy. We'll give you what you want. History tells you people always need migrant work. Always. But we don't read and we get easily brainwashed.